welcome to Infield Driving Academy, your sim racing school. And today I will explain to you how making a hot lap at Asseto Corsa with Porsche 919 at Silverstone. And it's a very fast lap. It's very similar to Formula 1 lap, just some seconds slower. And I hope you enjoy it. So it's very important to also you know that in this car we have the ERS system, so it's similar to cars, okay? And I will explain to you where you have to use it. So it's very important. At race, we normally use the low charging mode, and basically that's it, okay? And I also uploaded an setup, and it's behind the video, and you can download it and use it because it's a little bit hard to make this car setup. We have a lot of items that you can change it, so I did it for you. So let's begin. It's very important. I will back just a little bit to here. It's very important, you know, that you need to make it this chicane correctly, okay? Like as if you was in a fastest lap, okay? So you need to make the fast line, okay? And when you started the out lap, when you get out from the pits, you need to change the ERS mode to charging, okay? So in your out lap, you don't use the ERS, and when you are getting to the end of the track, you will use the maximum ERS that you can to enter the hot lap with maximum speed possible, okay? Like I did. So when you get the last corner, which is the chicane, you change the ERS mode to hot lap, and you press the button in the straight line, okay? So I'll use as you can see now where I use it, okay? So here you pass it here, and at this moment right now you start to use the ERS and start your hot lap. So here we go. So now we started the lap. When you get the 7th gear, you press just a little bit, and that's enough. Go to left outside of the track, and here you must go over the curbs, okay, over this curb, and you need to have a very fast reflex, okay? So you have to reduce from 7th gear to 6th gear and brake at the same time. When you touch the brake pedal and reduce to 6th gear, in the same moment you change the car direction to right. So you turn the wheel and you go in the apex direction, okay, like this. You need to pass over this curb and this green extra track. So pass it here, you can reaccelerate the car, and it's very important to know this car because we have a lot of downforce here, very similar to a Formula 1 car, and you can do it some fast corners with a lot of speed, okay? So when you get this part, you can reaccelerate the car. The car won't go to the outside. He is going to stay inside the track, okay? And now you have to put the maximum that you can to the left outside, okay? Like this. And pass over the curbs. Don't let the car squeeze. Now here, exactly at this point, we need to start to brake to the 2nd corner, and we are going to use the 2nd gear, okay? So you have to make this line. You are more or less in the middle of this track, and you going to the left side, Okay, so you brake and go to the left side like this. Okay, so reduce to second gear. You can use all the brake pedal. This car don't have ABS, okay, the original configuration, the factory configuration. So I'm using the same factory configuration because the league that you are competing, or I don't know, the server, normally they use the factory settings, so I'm using the same. Okay, when you get the brake pedal at very fast speed, you can use all the pressure, okay, 100 pressure, and later when you get the third and second gear, you need to use a little bit less, because if you don't change your brake pressure with your foot, okay, you can have some tire lock, and isn't good because you will have some understeer. So you brake here, second gear, put the second gear, and when you take the second gear, we have this line here at the track. I will shout to you here. Here we have a line, okay, a line, and you have to put the second gear at this point, and when you get the line, you change the car direction to right, turning the wheel, okay, and you can put off your foot from the brake pedal. Now turn the wheel, and here is very hard to see because we have a closed cockpit, okay, so we don't have a very good vision, but you have this curb here, okay, and you need to pass over or close to this curb, and you can see, okay, it depends from your FOV. With my FOV you can see, but I don't know which is your desk configuration, which is your monitor configuration. So basically you have to try get your car there, because there is the apex, the fastest line possible, but we have an undercut at the right side. So if you pass over the right the undercut, your car will jump, so you have you will lost your lap, okay. So basically try to pass close to it, but if isn't possible, okay, but you need to know, if you pass very close, you will gain some tenths of seconds, okay. Well, like this, you can see that I pass it very close to it, and here when you pass, you started to reaccelerate the car. So I'm using traction control, but I'm using just a little bit from it, okay. You can reaccelerate with the maximum acceleration pedal gas, okay, no problem. So but you need to change the car direction very fast. So here we have our wheel turned to right side, and we put back to center, okay, accelerating the car. Here we get our position in the middle of the track, a little bit to right, and we brake again, and in this case we either have another chicane, and in this case it's almost impossible to see the track apex at the turn 3, because we have a cockpit totally closed, and here is the apex. Here you need to use a brake technique that I teach in my course, which is basically to create reference to brake and that kind of thing, okay. So here we have to use it. Turn the wheel. When you pass over the curb or close it, you will accelerate the car with all the acceleration possible, and you get to right side, and it goes to right side. Now we did it turn 3, turn 4 very easy, just be careful to take your car to left side, okay, so like this, pass over the curb, because when you go to the straight line, you can use a little bit more of your ERS system. Okay, so that's it. Here, entering the straight line. Now you are using ERS. Your system is using, but when the car use the 7th gear, the system don't use the ERS. Okay, so you have to use it manually with your own hands. So here you press a little bit and go to 300 kilometers per hour, and you can put off the button, press off. Here we have the turn 5 braking point. We have some good reference here. You can check there that place. Okay, isn't a meter place. Is indicating the track position. Okay, so here a little bit before that you can brake it like I did, and we have to use the trail braking technique here. So you turn the wheel and brake at the same time. When you start the braking, it's a little bit harder to change the car direction. Okay, but when you put this 5 or 4th gear, you can already change the car direction and turn at the same time. You will decreasing the braking pressure. Okay, like you can see at this graph here, and you can see the wheel turning the direction. So I'm going to the center. Now I will take a little bit of my brake pressure and I go to right side. And you have to keep doing the right line, okay, the fastest line. So you need to pass over this curve, and I will pass over it like this. When you pass over, you can reaccelerate the car totally. And you have turn 6, very popular corner. Here, you don't have to brake a lot, okay, just a bit, just very soft brake pedal touch, okay, so you can see like I did, very fast. And you have here, what is our racing line? Very simple. You have to enter very close to the curb, you don't need to pass over, and you go to the center and you back to inside, like I will do. I have a little bit of understeer here, like you can check. Another important thing, at this corner, if you have to keep your speed, okay, so you can check here. I'm accelerating the car, but just a half, okay, just to keep the same speed, because we have this corner is very long, okay, so you keep the same speed, then you put off the brake pedal, the gas pedal, and when you are in the right point, you reaccelerate the car totally with all the pressure and go to left side to the corner exit. Okay, so that's it. You did it. And here we go to the 7th corner. Okay, like this. And here, when you put the 7th gear, you already you use the ERS again. Press just a little bit. When you achieve 300 kilometers per hour, you can put off the press off the button, and you need to change your car position to the left outside, like I did here. Go over the curb at these markers here, or a little bit before, like I did. You brake the car to stop it, and you change the gear to 60, and you change the car direction to right to make Copsey corner, okay, which is very famous, like I did. 60 gear, totally braking, change the car direction. 5th gear, okay, and you stop braking. And here is very important, okay, you need to turn the wheel a little bit before the corner, like if you was going to the grass, but you are very faster, okay, at this moment, faster than 230 kilometers per hour. So you won't go to the grass, you will to the exactly apex, okay, and you need to pass over this curb When you pass over, you reaccelerate the car and go to the exit in this left side, okay, and then you did it. Now we have another sequence of corners. Here, very important, you won't use ERS here. Here, first part of this corner you don't need to brake, so pass over here. When you get out of the curb, you brake, reduce to 60 gear and change the car direction, everything at the same time. So like I did it here. When you pass over this part, you change the gear to 5th and you reaccelerate like I did. You will to the center of the track, that has to be your position at this moment, and here you will brake and change the car direction to left, pass over the curbs, totally over. Again you go to the center line. Here, when you get the center, brake again and reduce to 4th gear, change the car direction to right, and go over the curbs here. You can pass over the green part also, which is the extra track. And at this point, with the wheel turned, he accelerate the car totally, okay? You have enough downforce to change the car direction and do this corner, okay? So here, you did it. You have another straight line. Here you almost won't have any cars. At this moment, you have just a little bit of ERS, and you can press your button and use just a little bit, not the final ERS part, okay? So here you get 300 kilometers per hour. At this point, we have a place reference. So here we have this place, which is a direction place. And when you get the same line with it, you brake to 4th gear. And when you get the 6th gear, you need to change the car direction and do it some trail braking. So here you put 5th gear, change the car direction, and then you reduce to 4th gear, and you decreasing the car, okay, the brake pressure, like I did. You can check here. Pass over the curbs here. You need to pass over. Okay, like I did it. When you pass over, when you touch the curb, you reaccelerate the car totally, and you are going to the last corners, which are the chicane. So here you can pass a little bit over this green line, but just with the outside wheels. And here you already used all your ERS. Here you don't need to up to 6th gear. Okay, you can use all the 5th gear, and here you go at this point more or less a little bit before the curb, reduce to 2nd gear in a straight line. Okay, when you get the 2nd gear, change the car direction, can press off the brake pedal and go over the curb here, like I did it. And at this moment you accelerate the car totally, okay, and press off the button, then reaccelerate again, press over this curb like I did it. You don't need to put off your acceleration pedal, okay, and you did it a lap at Asseto Corsa with the Porsche 919 at Silverstone. Here, be very careful, please don't pass over the descent cut, because you will lose all your entire lap, and this is very bad, so I don't want that happen with you. So that's it for today, and I hope you achieve faster laps with this car and at this track. And this is my first English tutorial, and I want to know your opinion, if it's good, if it isn't, which kind of help you want, okay, to I create and help you. So you can check more at my website, which is refueldrivingacademy.com. Okay, and all the links are here in the video described. So that's it for today, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.